When the gourd of ashes drops, you will know the end of the world is near. The Hopi elders believed the atom bomb to be that very gourd of ashes, for in 1948 they held a tribunal, appointing a guardian of their prophecies. Prophecies set in stone by distant ancestors and covered with the dust of time. The man chosen? Thomas Banyanka.
It's been here for a long time. They knew about destroying, but no one knew it was here.
Pues a todos los hermanos donde llega este mensaje que estoy hablando con ustedes.
To all my brothers and sisters who listen to this message,
estas palabras no son míos, es de los abuelos.
First of all, these words are not mine. They are words of my ancestors.
En la profecía de los mayas está.
It is in the Maya prophecy.
En el tiempo 12 Bactún.
That in the time of the 12 Bactún.
13 Ajau.
And 13 Ajau.
El regreso de los abuelos.
It is the return of the ancestors.
El retorno de los hombres sabios.
It is the return of the men of wisdom.
Thomas Banyanka is the keeper of the carvings. It was he who uncovered the prophecies etched in stone after they lay hidden for many years.
So I wrapped this. So I was the one that cleaned this mess up and started a drawing. And I was so surprised.
Al llegar ese tiempo es igual como el cambio de año nuevo. Hoy es 31 de diciembre, mañana 1 de enero, feliz año nuevo. Y así vamos a hacer cuando llegue ese día.
Not to be afraid to this change of time, because when that day comes, it's just assumed that it's the end of the year, and you have like a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. It's just a change.
Porque no es la primera vez que pasa.
Because it's not the first time that this will happen, this will occur.
¿Sabes cuántas veces ha pasado antes cuando nuestros abuelos prepararon sus calendarios? Pasó un periodo de sol, pasó otro periodo de sol, pasó otro periodo, se están dando cuenta que sea cada 5.200 años que llega.
Who knows how many times this has happened before? When our ancestors were preparing the calendars, they waited first until they had proved that every 5,200 years this was occurring, and that's when they started counting the first cycle of the sun up to the fourth cycle of the sun, which is the one that we are finalizing now.
Thomas Banyanka is one of several Hopi elders who is entrusted with the pre-Columbian prophecy that has a series of final warnings to be told to the world before what is called the Great Purification by Fire. Either it can be a fire of nuclear war and greenhouse global warming, or it can be a fire of inner consciousness.
Hoy estamos en el cuarto periodo de sol.
We are now in the fourth period of the sun.
No es la creación del mundo.
So this is not the creation of the world we are talking about either.
No, que es el momento cuando perfeccionaron todos sus calendarios, entonces entró en acción como que era una nueva constitución.
This count started when all the calendars were already finished and put to work. And as of that time is when we are in the fourth period of the time of the sun.
In the past years, I've got a lot of questions about time, about certain things, about Planet X, number one. I said, don't worry about it, it's just another day. It's another beautiful day, and it's what you make of it. So we're looking at 2012. And I won't go on record saying it came and went, according to how my grandfathers told me.
Así que hace miles y miles de años atrás, no es cosa nueva, no que esperamos la voluntad del Padre.
So this has been going on for thousands and thousands of years before.
Y no tengan miedo, mis hermanos.
Don't be afraid, my brothers and sisters.
No crean todo lo que dicen estos hombres mentirosos que no son mayas, vienen a atemorizar al mundo.
And don't believe all the things that you hear from all these people who are threatening the world.
So the time that's coming up, is based around this, the movement. People like calendars, they like fear. They like to balance themselves with fear, you know, propaganda, listening to this is going to happen, this is going to happen, the earth's going to shrivel up, the sun's going to hit, and the sun hits every day.
In the Four Corners region of Arizona, the ancient Hopi prophecy rock looms, chronicling the destiny of mankind in Hopi hieroglyphics. leading towards what some fear is inevitable extinction.
This figure represents the Great Spirit or guardian of this land that we came on this earth, what we call now the Mother Earth.
In the first figure carved by the Hopi ancients, the Great Spirit or Creator meets man. The Creator then gave man the sacred circle, a promised life of peace and plenty if, and only if, man would follow the spiritual path. While the brown man waited, the white man traveled the earth on a mission to spread the spiritual circle and return with knowledge.
He was supposed to bring this, but instead he brought a symbol of a cross, they said. It's on here, cross.
Breaking away from the Native American people, the white man now traveled the path of materialism and invention, as shown by these three figures on the Rock of Prophecy.
I always say that first figure represents first invention like wagon pulled by animals. And later the second one representing advancements in inventions. He brought automobiles that run by itself. Then the third one represents also advancements in inventions, scientific things, and now they have rode up in the sky.
With the invention of the aeroplane, the white man now commanded the land, sea, and sky. And just as the Hopi Prophecy Rock appears to predict, this thirst for power led to two devastating events, World War I and World War II.
There's a line down over here, and that's where we are today. And the zigzag light represents up there big nations. Powerful nations put their military might together and kill thousands of women, children, animals, birds. We have now come into last little circle above the line, which is, they said, maybe the beginning of Third World War.
And so, as the Hopi prophecy goes, we find ourselves at the crossroads with the fate of the entire race of man hanging on one all-important question. Do we return to the sacred circle and a life of harmony and abundance? Or do we take the jagged road, leading us further and further from the spiritual path?
You are the being of spirit. Look at the reflections that come to you. Touch upon those dreams that are there. Begin to understand that the communications of this, the Mother Earth, is now coming in to speak with you. My name is Euquala, and I am a member of the Havasupai tribe from the Grand Canyon. The ways in which we honor this Mother Earth is to allow for Great Spirit to speak. We as a two-legged form simply allow that speak to be heard within this journey of our human step. Feel that sound, see the beauty, the colors, the textures, the sounds, the smells. Spirit is in grand communications. Let those communications awaken within you so that you then can become that vessel of spirit. And you will begin to speak of spirit in the way that is good. The journey begins today. Listen to what you are feeling in the heart. Call upon those dream visions. Call upon those memories. Awaken them. Begin this journey anew. Love that you are you, and love that you are unique, and know that what has been given you at your birthing is what you need to fulfill in this time of spirit awakening. The callings are there and will continue to call you. React to that. Allow for your response to be always in the positive. Spirit speaks to you. And ordinary things that represent and present themselves in extraordinary ways are the speak of spirit. Our language, speak from the heart. Let the languages be many. The language of silence, the language of word. Bakyoba me evak mesapo. Mavonya nyuma evak mesapo. Manyame yuwain matasnunik mahanik makikig mavo. Let that heart awaken. Let that heart take lead, and let your journey begin today. For the namings and the callings and the walks that are to be begins within the callings of heart. Respond to them in a confirming way.
If that happens, according to Hopi prophecy, the purification by fire will immediately commence.
These chilling words place us precariously close to the edge. Will civilization end in a holocaust of flame?
They're not going to save the world. They're not going to bring peace and justice. They're going to destroy the world. That's what old people say. So it'll just end with gold full of ashes. The whole world, all living things will be destroyed. There'll be nothing left on this earth. Everything will burn up.
Every day the sun, and its only energy that it has is love. We depend on the sun. We communicate with the sun. We pray and we have songs for the sun. So we know about the sun. You could watch it every day and make a science out of it, and that's good. And you could give titles to their solar flares. You could name the energy and all this. You could name the spirit of the movement of the sun. 2012, in the year 2012, December of the month, and they give them a date. It's going to be another beautiful day, because you're the one that's not dumb enough to make it bad. You make your own history, and you're not smart enough to make it bad for yourself. You're smart enough to make this day beautiful. So beware of the propaganda. Beware of that, because the calendars, the Aztec calendar was interfered with, and the prophecy of that calendar was all wrong. It wasn't the sun calendar. It was about the earth, Mother Earth, and how she works with the love energies of Venus, with the prophecy of the golden eagle, and also with that of the butterflies. So there's so much inside these calendars that really tell you about your attitude from month to day, even down to each hour, on how much you change in one day. So it's these calendars that have been interpreted wrong, and they were interpreted not by the people there, but by some other nation that was purposely interpreting these wrong. So if you want to know about the Mayan calendar, go ask a Mayan elder.
Que amanezca.
Let the morning come.
Que llegue la aurora.
Let the dawn come.
Para que los pueblos tengan paz.
For the people to be happy.
Sean felices.
And find peace and be happy.
Así es, pues, soy yo acá con ustedes, dejando este mensaje, que tomen gran miedo al mundo.
So I am here with you, giving you this message right now, is not to be afraid, and take this message, spread it toward the world.
Don't go ask anybody from another country, or anybody else that don't live with the circles of Mayan. If you want to know about the Aztec calendar, go to the Aztec people, the ones that are directed to hold that knowledge and information and the sacredness of that time. They'll tell you. So we have to listen to the earth peoples, the indigenous peoples, because they have to live on. They have all these old things that their ancestors gave to them, the intelligences, so the languages of the spirit. And because it all forms into the now, into what's happening now. So don't fall for the fear stuff of 2012, please. Make your history, make your day beautiful. Itakiwasi.
This is a message from the United States Bureau of Morality, pursuant to Statute 2412-2, Disclosure of Surveillance. Citizens, by calling this number, you and your family are implicitly pleading guilty to the consumption of anti-American...
You're not alone. There are pockets of resistance all around the planet. We're at the brink.
You're listening to the Freedom Informant Network. Then Radio. FreedomInfoNetwork.org.
If you're listening to this,
Way up with Adonis King on Spin Radio.